And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and let's talk about the market in NBA 2K22, my team. The market is interesting right now. I mean, the next packs really did crash the market a little bit more than I had anticipated. So, you know what? Salute. Dipset. It's fine. Now, should you open the packs? I did a whole pack opening earlier. You should definitely go check that out. Shameless plug. You know what I mean? You do get a free pack, too, just for, logging in, which is cool, I guess. The packs themselves, I mean, there's a 25% chance of getting a dark matter. The question is, which dark matter are you going to get? Because, I would say the chances of getting one of the quote-unquote lower-tiered dark matters are pretty high. Pretty high. From my personal experience, I've found that Jalen Duran and this guy right here, Johnny Davis, seem to drop at an insanely high rate, to the point where you wouldn't even expect them to drop at this point. But it is what it is. I got 470k for Chet Holmgren. That was pretty cool. I didn't really want him anyway, so it's fine. I guess it's not like I didn't want him necessarily, but his value was high, so I decided, you know what, we're just gonna get rid of him. It's no big deal. We'll just scrub them from the team. It's no biggie. I shouldn't be opening more packs, but you know what? Here I am doing it anyhow. So maybe don't do what I'm doing. Maybe take a little tip from me and do not do this in any way, shape, or form. I already opened like 50 of these, and okay, I'm not gonna lie, they get you with the allure of the dark matter. The dark matter tends to drop at a pretty high rate. Granted, it's not ever a card that you particularly want for the most part. Like, I guarantee this is Johnny Davis again. I guarantee it is. It literally is. I've pulled Johnny Davis so much. I hate it. I'm done. Like, if I see Johnny Davis one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind. Straight up, I am. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna straight up lose my mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and just not open any more of these packs, and we're gonna keep going from there. So I shouldn't even have quick sold that 3 contracts. Like the 25 MT, probably not worth it. But let's take a look at the actual market itself. So let's start with the origin packs, the next packs themselves. Right, as you can see, they're actually kind of tiered too, with rarity. Like, these guys are clearly the ones you're going to pull the most, and then these guys are second most down here, and then it's these 3 are the hardest to pull, which is Dyson Daniels, Paulo, and Chet Holmgren. So we'll start with Atari Easton. Now, he's about 10,000 MT. I mean, you're going to find a majority of the guys, pretty much all the cards that I have right here at the top, except for Mark Williams, who's got a little bit more of a kind of balance to his amount, which he's closer to 20k. The rest of these guys you can get for 9,000 to 10,000. So Atari Easton, like I said, very, very cheap. He's not bad, though. He's essentially Siakam. He's basically a Siakam clone, right? And that's typically what they do with these next players anyway. They just make each one a clone of a different player, right? Just because they don't have any of the jump shots registered or anything like that. So he's basically a Siakam. And I mean, he's good for sure. Jump shot 75 on very quick isn't terrible. But, you're kind of getting a boosted out Siakam. That's what you're getting, and you just kind of have to accept that as being the case. I mean, his dribble sigs are fine. Tendencies are elite. The badges are elite. There's nothing really wrong with the card. I mean, he doesn't have Chef or Circus threes or Rise Up, but that's about it. I mean, he's very good, especially for his price. He's an extremely good card for that price. Straight up, he's fun. Mark Williams is one of the better, if not outright the straight up best budget center in the entire game. I would say he's probably the best. Giannis released on very quick, which is fine. He's not going to be a dribble guy, but he's 7'2", 240, just an absolute unit, dude. Brick wall, pickpocket, rim protector, clamps. He's got pretty much every badge that you'd really want him to have. The only things he's not going to have are an impressive range of shooting badges. He still has gold limitless and stuff, but he's going to be missing a lot of the badges you'd want him to have. Volume shooter, deadeye, clutch shooter. I mean, Chef and Rhythm Shooter aren't really necessary for what he brings to the table. Blinders. Either way, Mark Williams is nasty. I highly recommend, if you're looking for a center, look no further. Go pick up Mark Williams for under 20k. He is absolutely worth it. Every single bit. He's only got an AD shot 3, which is going to scare people off, but I promise it doesn't matter with Giannis's release. Giannis's release is clean, so It's fine. Mark Williams is the best budget center in this game. You should absolutely pick him up. There's no center in this game that's worth their price more than Mark Williams. Then we got Benedict Mathurin. I would say, besides Johnny Davis, the second most likely card that you're going to pull. And I don't think there's really too much to even say about that. I think that's very accurate. Now, he's good. He's fast. He's got jump shot 99. Like, he's basically better Gerald Wallace. He's worse on the defensive end, but significantly better on the offensive end. 6'6", 205. He's good. I mean, that jump shot 99 is clean. And granted, I'm somebody who loves Gerald Wallace, so obviously I'm going to be hyping that jump shot due to that. And he's still not as good on the defensive end as Gerald Wallace. I'll be the first to tell you that, and that's going to be factual. But at the same time, 97 speed, 97 acceleration, like, he's fast. I mean, these cards are basically all invincible cards, right? Some high 80s here and there, but most of them are going to be 90s. I mean, the tendencies are going to be elite, so I'm not really deep diving into the stats or anything, right? 65 crash tendency is going to fall down a lot, but I mean, he's going to be a pure shooter, and that's what he's going to be. He is not going to be as good defensively, like I said, as Gerald Wallace, but he's going to be much better offensively, and I think that means that he's probably a better card, and he's like 10,000 MT, like straight up. Then we got Johnny Davis, who I've pulled just an absurd amount of this card, so I don't really have too many kind things to say about him based solely on that. And he went to Wisconsin. Living in the state line area, as we call, which doesn't make any sense because, like, everywhere is technically a state line area. You know what I mean? In every different state, I mean, you know? But in the Illinois-Wisconsin border, I just have grown to absolutely despise UW. For sure. I hate them. 6'5", like, he's got decent size for sure. They gave him jump shot 87, so he has Nash's release, and it's honestly, Nash has a good release. It's just the problem has always been that you're using Steve Nash, not necessarily Nash's release. And I mean, Johnny Davis is a top tier budget point guard. Like, he is. Like, you'd like him to have, you know, Hoff Chef, and I think that's like the one weakness, quote unquote. There, no card has weaknesses at this point, but Johnny Davis is like closer to 8,000 MT than he is 10, and he's absolutely worth that price. You don't even need to give him anything. He's good straight out the box. Like, he's fantastic. If I didn't draw him so much, I would be hyping him a little bit harder, you know, but he's good. Jalen Duran. Interesting guy. I didn't know much about him, but he's 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan. He's around 11K, and I mean, he is a really, really good power forward. Like, really good. 90 ball handle, 92 speed with ball, 94 speed. The release is jump shot 94, so he's got the same releases like Jamal Wilkes and Jermaine O'Neal. Other guys would be like Robert Pack, Bingo Smith. It's a good release. It's a release I used all year. He's not really going to be a dribble god, and he doesn't really have the shooting badges. But if you were to invest and badge him up a little bit, he could be an elite level power forward, straight up. Especially for that price, man. Like, for 11K, he's phenomenal. Now, the question is he better than someone like, let's say, who's going for around the same or a similar price? Josh Smith. He's bigger. Let's see, who else? Larry Nance is a very good analog, actually. Larry Nance is a very good analog. He's not quite as good. He's better at handling the ball, but Larry Nance has better dribble moves, in my opinion. Defensively, Nance is better, but he's like a better rebounder. So he's like very comparable to Nance. He's not going to dunk as hard, but he's going to be a much better shooter too. So Duran's good. Like, I don't have anything negative to say about him. Now we got one of the more expensive cards in the set, which he's actually chilled out quite a bit. Dyson Daniels. 6'8" and 195, right? Huge point guard. He's probably, if not outright the best point guard. No, I would say Magic's probably still the best point guard on current gen. But I honestly, when I say like the best card, I just don't even count the end game cards because, like, I'm not going to be able to afford them. So they just don't exist in my mind. I don't care. Dyson Daniels is ridiculous. Like, he's got XM base, which isn't quite as overpowered this year, yes, but at the same time, very good. Gold shooting badges, so you do have to up those for sure. The question is, like, is he better than, like, an Evo Giddey or, like, Danny Granger? Hard to say. It really depends. I haven't got a chance to try him out because he's too expensive. So I can't say for certainty if he absolutely is. Everyone's telling me that he is, but it's, like I said, it's hard to say. If you already have Giddey Evo'd, I don't know if Dyson Daniels is necessarily better than him and worth spending 200K on, but if you can get a badged up one, you know, you might be looking to cook a little bit. Dyson Daniels is good. AJ Griffin. This is one of the more hyped players in the draft that I think a lot of people are going to want to play with for sure. 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. He's going for closer to about 40K. Jump shot 49. He's essentially Richard Jefferson. Like, he's Richard Jefferson. He's got the same release. Badge count's not all that different as far as like what badges he does have. He's going to move. He's going to play defense. He's just super well-rounded. If you want a dude who's going to come out here and do a little bit of everything, like, grab AJ Griffin. For that price, I mean, he is a top-tier shooting guard for sure. There's just so many good shooting guards this year, man. So many good small forward shooting guards. Like, he's half the price of Rudy, and I'd be willing to say that he might actually be a better option than Rudy. Truly. Like, it sucks for me to say. I hate to admit that, but it's factual, unfortunately. Rudy's still 6. He's huge, though. Like, he's 6'8" and looks like 6'11". So, you know, there's that. Then we got Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray, I haven't really checked his price too much. Last I saw he was around like 20K. He might be a little higher, but I doubt it. He's probably a little lower. Curry base on very quick. Really solid, actually, surprisingly. Coming from like a combo forward, you don't really expect that, but it's good for sure. And I mean, dribble moves, he's fine. Kobe escape, Pippen behind the back. Pretty much all these cards have kind of similar sigs. Like Lucas size up. It is what it is. He's nice. He's got every shooting badge pretty much. He's going to lack a little bit on the defensive end, but this card can absolutely hoop, and he's worth picking up depending on what his price is going for. If he settles under 20K, yeah, he's a top tier like combo forward in this game for that price for sure. Absolutely. Jaden Ivey, who I didn't get, which I'm kind of shocked about. Like 6'4", 6'7" wingspan. I feel like everybody in this set is big. Like there's not one 6'1" guy. His price is probably closer to like AJ Griffin, from what I can see. You know, I'm not seeing any saddle too much lower than 60K. And I mean, he's good for sure. He's Derrick Rose clone, basically. He's got like Durant's escape, which is an interesting escape, and it's good for sure. LeBron's crossover, Pippen behind the back. Like I said, all of them have Pippen behind the back pretty much. Derrick Rose release, I actually really like that release this year. And I think a lot of people are going to like this card more than they would think. Now, is he worth the price? Can you justify it? I don't know. He's kind of expensive. Jabari Smith. Now, he is a bit on the expensive side, but at the same time, he can't play the small forward, which he's 6'10" with a 7'2" wingspan. He can play the small forward. It has basically 90 plus in every single stat that matters, right? Ray Allen base with Carmelo upper on very quick. Phenomenal. He's got Trae Young escape, which obviously any dribble god on next gen is going to love. He is a top tier small forward on next gen for sure. And on current gen, he's very good as well. I like Ray Allen base. It's pretty elite. He's got pretty much every badge that you want him to have. He's fantastic. Just wait for super packs. You might be able to scoop him closer to 100K. That's what I'll say there. Paulo Banchero. He's actually a buyout, which I'm not 100% shocked by that fact. I kind of figured he would be. He's 6'10", but I just feel like he looks closer to like 6'8". That's my opinion anyway, but I've only used his free agent card, so maybe they redid his player build. I remember last year they redid Kade's last year, so it's possible that maybe his player build is a little bit better. He looks like he's super high or crying. I can't tell. Rudy base on very quick, one of the best releases in this game, truly. He has no escape, normal escape, so you know, not great, but whatever. Lillard's crossover with Pippen's behind the back is really good, though. I mean, Rudy with Kobe upper is phenomenal. Just chef's kiss in top tier. And the badge count's really good. I mean, there's nothing negative to say about this card. I don't really think he needs anything necessarily either. I mean, he's got some gold badges. The only badge he doesn't have is teardropper. Like, he has some gold shooting badges, yes, but he's phenomenal, of course. And then we got Big Chet out here. Now, I'll be honest, I had Chet Holmgren. I did not play a single game with him. I saw what he was going for, said, so you had to get rid of him. He has a jump shot that no one else but him has in jump shot 110, so I'm not 100% sure on it, so I'm not going to speak on that jump shot because I haven't used it yet. Could be good, could not be good. I haven't watched any YouTube content today either. So Rudy upper with very quick release timing. Trae escape. I mean, he's 7 foot tall with like god tier dribble moves. 7'8" wingspan. I mean, badge count's elite. He needs some Hoff badges added to him for sure to make him completely elite. Like Hot Zone Hunter would be effective for sure. Slippery off ball, clutch shooter, difficult shots because he's going to be able to range mid-ranges. But, I mean, this card is ridiculous. I'm not going to say he's absolutely worth that price tag, but he's about as close to being worth that price tag as you could possibly get. you're not sniffing him for under 100K for at least a little while, I if ever, honestly. He's probably more expensive than Evan Mobley, which is kind of crazy. And we got Kade. Kade has settled down quite a bit price-wise. He was going for like 900K this afternoon. Looks like he's chilled out a little bit. He's closer to like 300, which is kind of where I expected him to be. I'm not going to go into Kade too much. He's an invincible guard. He's fine. Like, that's it. Where is Evan Mobley? Evan Mobley is a very interesting one because I feel like a lot of people are foregoing Evan Mobley and grabbing like Chet Holmgren or like Jabari Smith and stuff. Evan Mobley is good, though. He seems to miss a lot of white stuff, which is frustrating. I felt like him, and there's another player that seems to miss a lot of whites this year. Can't remember who the other one is, but they're both like lanky power forwards. And like there's two of them that miss like an absurd amount of whites. But Evan Mobley is phenomenal. And I'm actually curious to see what Scotty Barnes is going for. Yeah, I mean, about what I expected, about $1 million, nah, light work, just a quick $1 million, nothing crazy. Let's see if anyone's really fallen off in price. I mean, we're going to see a dramatic decrease in a lot of cards. Like Lonzo Ball is significantly cheaper than he was yesterday because we got a bunch of bigger point guards. Like straight up, we did. We got Johnny Davis and we got Keegan Murray. Who's the other one? Is Jay Ivy a point guard? Yeah, he is, but he's not exactly smaller. But Dyson Daniels. So, we've gotten a bunch of cards that are going to sink his price, to be honest. Juan Hermann Gomez, we got so many combo forwards today, it wouldn't shock me at all to see this man be 100K or less, just because of what we got today. Like, Juan is not quite as good. He's like, 6'9"? I think he looks smaller than that, though. But you can snag him for cheap. I just don't know if it's worth it. They blew power balancing out the water with this set. The Dark Matters we got last week had 37 Hoff badges. Every single one of these bad boys have 45. Crazy, absolutely crazy. I expected that. Bol is interesting. I want to know what's up with his price. Bol player build is still going to get him up there for sure, but he's definitely significantly cheaper than he was before. Let's look at Young Yao, dude. I don't know if anyone really crashed his value all that much, but yeah, his value's down too. I think everybody knows what's happening. You know what I mean? Everybody knows what's coming, and that's why you're going to see a lot of these cards down in price. My man LaMelo, is he cheaper? He's still not 100K. Y'all are haters. Let my man LaMelo drop below 100K. I swear, please. Just please. Can't believe I'm grabbing my team cards for this dude. I watched him hoop at 14 on Instagram. Wild. MJ is still expensive. I don't know if Giannis would be. Yeah, I guess he still is. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Most cards are still going to be expensive. If a card was expensive before, it's still going to be expensive. Now, looking at some of the guys like the Invincibles, not Durant, Durant's a bad example, but like Garnett's very cheap. Where's Duncan? Duncan is super cheap, yeah. Duncan's barely scratching 200K, or at least that's the last I saw. I was seeing people get him for 210, which for an invincible card is pretty crazy. But then again, at the same time, majority of the cards we saw today are damn near invincible cards. They're pretty much invincible cards. You know what I mean? What's my boy T-Mac going for? Oh, T-Mac. How the mighty have fallen. I spent 1.4 on that card. I'm such an idiot. Learn from my mistakes. For real. I don't know if any of these guys are really worth picking up at this point. Why are there so little pouts? The pack odds were that bad, huh? No way people are keeping Powell like that. I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. Bill Russell will be the first buyout invincible, mark my words. Set shot 17 is going to make people start selling him like crazy. Straight up. I'm shocked he isn't already. Ben Simmons even took a price reduction due today. That's wild. Now, remember, it is only Thursday. We are going to see some stuff tomorrow. I don't think we're going to see any packs tomorrow. I feel like if we were going to see packs, they would have teased them already. That's it. But at the same time, I don't know what they're going to drop tomorrow. I would expect that some sort of triple threat thing happens. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but we'll see. Maybe they try something where they put all the rewards from this season in there, all the Friday rewards back in there for another chance. That would be cool, but I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. But at the same time, we'll take a look at it. As always, been your boy Cheap Ludes. Have a wonderful night. I keep thinking it's Friday. I have to go to work tomorrow and I want to... Never mind. Peace.